Hey, you. Yeah, you. What the fuck are you doing? Giving up that notebook so early? Why are you fucking losing so much? I'll tell you why. Because you haven't listened to my most important tips and tricks about playing Kira. Disclaimer, I do not claim to be the best player in this game. I simply am giving tips and tricks from 17 hours of gameplay in the 2 days this game has been out. To start off, let's understand what Kira has to do. Number one objective of Kira, you have to find L. You have to kill L, okay? That is your number one job, alright? Find that fucker and you put him in the ground. You might be saying, oh, what about my objective meter? Oh, wait, I gotta kill people. No, shut the fuck up. Your job is finding out who L is. Yeah, you do have to kill NPCs, and sometimes you have to put down some players. But don't forget, if you kill L, the game is over. Next up on the list, you probably aren't being too careful, alright? Whenever you go by an NPC, do not use your notebook or your radio, because people are going to see that when they interview the NPCs, unless you are trying to trick people into thinking someone else was in that room when you weren't. Something else people are forgetting, you have command cards. Quickly press the right trigger and it'll bring up objectives that you can have the investigators go to do. If no one completes these, then your taskbar will go up by a lot. If you get your gauge all the way up, you win automatically. Now, another thing, the game's base, deception. Lie your ass off. For example, hey, I have my card missing, and the only people I was close to is A and B. Now, you have two people that look suspicious, but instead of just picking one person who might actually be L, you pick two people. So it kind of brings a discourse, and then some other people might be like, oh, I was close to that person too, and my ID is missing. Or you can do a truthful lie where you say, I still have my ID and I was around this guy and this guy. So those two are clear. Now what to do when someone accuses you. Now, if you're in a group where people are barking over each other in the lobby when someone is trying to talk over, that's probably not the best game to go to. But say someone accuses you right off the bat and says, hey, I was around this guy only and he stole my ID. Bring up someone that you were near that you possibly have gotten close to and say, hey, but I was with this guy and his ID isn't gone and my ID isn't gone. Find people to be your alibis. Also, don't forget, watch out for those cameras. You can do a little trick I like to call the switcheroo. Now, as you guys probably know, you can give your notebook to your follower. This is really good for high IQ plays. For example, I had a game where someone straight up caught me writing in a death note. And you know what I did? He started running around. Oh, he has the notebook. He has the notebook. My follower wasn't even suspected of anything yet. So I quickly went on the transceiver, said, hey, meet me over here real quick. Make sure no one's following you. And they met me over there. And I gave them the notebook, all the cards, and everything. And guess what? They voted me. And I said, I did not have the notebook. That's bullshit. He had it. And guess what happened? They cuffed me. I was found innocent. Now, as Kira, remember, your main task is not to go out and start whoring out IDs and getting every single person's IDs. Actually, what you want to do is stay away from people because you don't want them to know that you can take their IDs. Remember, stealing IDs is automatic for Kira. So if it comes down to someone only touched you, you're going to look suspicious when his ID's gone. Your Kira follower should be taking IDs for you. But there are chances where, in big crowds, go ahead, take someone's ID. Even though you are Kira, doesn't mean you always have to have that notebook. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work. Pass them the notebook and let them pass it back to you. Make sure that even if they suspect you to, they are never going to know who has it. So even if they arrest you, they're not going to find shit. Also, here's a funny thing. People can actually vote for Kira to arrest his follower or vice versa, in which case nothing's going to be exposed, even if you had the notebook on you. Use your head. Lie, cheat, and deceit. It's part of the game. And I guess my final tip is, as Kira, you can pick where people die. And you do this by clicking on their name when you open the notebook, and then using the right analog stick to choose where they die. Sometimes this is very useful when you want people spread around the map. Or you can get the journal first and then lie in a meeting and say, oh, I have his journal. His journal suspects these two people. And you can have it be two innocent people.